So when I met Meg Whitman, I tried to share some ideas with her. Let me tell you why. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have if you don't listen to the people and represent them and respond. There's a back and forth. We didn't have every idea when we started out. She didn't want to take it. And my idea, I said, look, it's one that you will love. It's simple. I got 3 minutes with it. Here it is. We deport the illegal alien prisoners. There's, I don't know, 17, 20,000, whatever it is. We pay the Mexican government, because most of them are from Mexico, 10,000 instead of 53. Now we end the early releases. We save $1 billion, $2 billion, whatever it was, and now we can actually start to reform our prisons. And look at what we're facing now, even this week. She rejected it. I had consultants study it. It's not a good idea. So back to the night before the election. I'm going to finish today. I know the hour's late, but
3 hours.
I walked into this neighborhood. I had no idea it was the most influential neighborhood entirely. I'm talking to former mayors. I don't know, they're getting on the phones and calling me. I went to one guy's house. He said, illegal immigration. He said, I have one question for you. Where do you stand on illegal immigration? He was a contractor. He said, and when I told him, he grabbed every brochure I had. He said, I've got tons of buddies. I'm a contractor. I'm being underbid because they're working illegally. They're getting no licenses, no insurance. This is huge. It had nothing to do with immigration. It had to do with compliance with the law. So I finally get to the last door. There's no more houses. But it's dark. And I was raised that you don't knock on the door after dark. And I go up to the door. Ready to knock. And I stopped. And I just couldn't do it. And I walked away. And then I just got choked up because I thought, what if I lose by one vote? I feel like I could win this. What if I lose by one vote? So the next night, I'm at a party. And it's bittersweet because I just found out that my mentor, who taught me most of what I believe, and like a second dad to me, is near death's door. I thought he had 6 months to live. I found out he might not even have 6 days. And so I've got mixed emotions, but I'm going to somebody else's party because I don't know how to raise funds. I don't know how to set up a party. I mean, these guys for $10 will feed us, and they got a band, and the TV might be there, so if I win, I'll get some free media. Start the second campaign. That's the way I'm thinking. And if I lose, I can hide in the crowd. So they announced the winners. And I know we can maybe be behind by 3 or 4 points. And it says Lancaster, 38%, Calachi, 30%, Donnelly, 18 or 16. And it's over. I'm sorry. I'm sick, just sick feeling in my stomach. I want to go somewhere and hide, and yet I can't leave my people. These wonderful people who work for me. And so I just walked outside, took a deep breath, and came back in and tried to put a positive spin on it. And then one of my colleagues, who had an iPhone, said, you know what? This is just one county. This is just LA County. You're also in San Bernardino County, and they like you over there. I was winning the other county. And they added it up, and they said, you're within 200 votes. I went, holy smokes! It was a shock. I mean, to hear it. At the end of that night, at 4:35 the next morning, I took a screenshot. I was ahead by 40 votes. I sent it to my dad and everybody I know. Because I figured, who knows? I may never be in this situation again. I'm up. I declared victory. I know you're not supposed to do that. But I'm a Tea Party candidate. I do everything you're not supposed to do. And the next morning, about about 6 hours after that, I got the news that my friend passed away. You know, something very symbolic. It's coming up a year on Thursday. Something very deeply symbolic in his passing. For so long I hid in his shadow, but he passed that torch to me, to stand on my own. And God brought other people to stand with me and strengthen me and show me that one voice can make a difference. And we hear all the time what we can't do. You know what? With Christ, all things are possible. We are not just Americans. We are Californians, which means we are the best and brightest America. We come from all over the place to come here. And so my plea and my request, my ask is not going to be for money. My ask is this, is that you reach down in your heart and soul and you figure out what you can give to this cause so that you can be victorious the way that our little tiny band of rebels were when they crossed that river and they waded into the Hessians and the Prussians and anyone else who was there from another country, who was arrogant and who was sitting there drinking and carousing because they were so confident of their victory. And that is what they are doing here in Sacramento. They are celebrating and laughing as they destroy our state. Make no mistake, this is not some little matter. And you can change that. You have churches that have thousands of people. You have PTA groups where people agree with you on some of those issues. You need to make them understand what's at stake, and you need to get them out here, and we will show up. I can tell you that. And we will teach you how to fight. And what they are doing here in Sacramento, they are celebrating and laughing as they destroy our state. Make no mistake, this is not some little matter. And you can change that. You have churches that have thousands of people. You have PTA groups where people agree with you on some of those issues. You need to make them understand what's at stake, and you need to get them out here, and we will show up. I can tell you that. And we will teach you how to fight, and we will help candidates that are worthwhile with finances and with an understanding of how to win. Because this is the time. It is right now, and you can make all the difference.
Thank you, Mr.